Hi, so I thought I'd film my everyday makeup routine, and this is something that I've been sticking to most days. So I'd start off first using the Collection Everlasting Concealer. I forgot if that's actually the right name for it because all the labels actually rubbed off. But this one I use in the shade Cool Medium, number 2, which I find is great for covering up blemishes. I do have obviously red scars from blemishes on my chin and then some here as well. And I find this works really well, cancelling those out. I never used to put concealer on first before my foundation. I'd normally put it on after, but I found that if I put it on before and then put foundation over the top and then top up with concealer, it seems to cover everything a lot better and it looks more natural. So yeah, this is how you try and film makeup with some little dog stood on you. Can you get down, please? Sit down. Good girl. You gonna watch me do it? Yeah? Okay, so I'm gonna put the foundation, the concealer on first. And this is just to go over blemishes. So I don't put too much on. And I just basically put it where I need it. And then I take a brush to blend it all in. Which one have I been using? So I use a really fine, well not fine, it's quite dense. It's meant to be an eyeshadow brush, I think. I don't know where this is actually from. I think it might have been from Amazon. There's no actual make to it, but I find it pretty good for concealing blemishes. I'm obviously not a makeup artist, so I just do what I do. I'm not saying this is the correct way to do it, but I find this is just the best way that works for me at the moment and how my skin is. I've obviously moisturised and put eye cream on and stuff before I film this. And I have got kind of a new video that I posted last week with my current skincare routine, so I'll link that below, as I've used some products from that video. Match Perfection, what is it? Match Perfection 2-in-1 Skin Tone Adapting Concealer and Highlighter in the shade 030, which is Classic Beige. And this isn't heavy. Sometimes if I'm not doing anything, I'll just use this all over. Well, not all over, just where I need it. And it's a bit like a foundation. Stevie, could you move, please? It's got like a little brush type applicator. So yeah, just put that on under. And then I take the Real Techniques contour brush, which is this one. I find this is great for highlighter, which I'm just going to wipe now on my trousers to get off the excess from yesterday. Do clean my brushes. So yeah, it's great for concealer under the eyes and to make sure it's all blended in. The foundation that I've been using at the minute, which is more of an everyday foundation for me anyway, is the Clinique Anti-Blemish Solutions liquid makeup, and it's a anti-imperfections foundation. I use the shade 02, which is Fresh Ivory, which I do think is a little pink toned for me. I go through phases of not liking this, then liking it, and at the minute I like it, and I think that it's helping my skin so far, touch wood. So yeah, I take a bit onto the back of my hand. So this is obviously kind of a minimal makeup look, so I'm not going to use too much. I've been loving this brush at the moment. I got it for Christmas from Richard, thank you so much. And it's the Dior foundation brush, and I don't know the exact name for it, but I will try and link it below. It came in a set, and I love it. It's so nice and soft. I find this foundation's great if you've got a good moisturiser underneath. If you haven't, then it can look a bit cakey and a bit dry, and that's what I think I was doing wrong before when I didn't like it as much. So yeah, pop that on the chin. Go back in with a concealer. Popping that on areas that need it. Over with the same brush as before, and that's just to pat in the concealer And I use like tapping motions, I suppose. Because this is quite a dense brush, it does work. Back in with the concealer for under my eyes. So I think the key to this look is the layers. Small light layers tends to make it look more natural on my skin anyway. I hope. So yeah, I carried on doing the filming and it cut off. So the last thing you saw me do was start to apply my bronzer. So I'm just going to talk you through what I've done, and hopefully now you can see a difference from a few seconds ago. So I was using the Dior 14 brush as my bronzer brush. As I showed you, I was using the Rimmel, what's this called? Rimmel Kate Contour Palette in Coral Glow. So yeah, I use this brush for all three of these things normally, just using different sides of the brush. So I take in my brush, pop it onto the bronzer, and then I put this here, and then I bring it up to the top of my head and do the same on that side. So just like this. But I would use a lot more, and I did show you in the previous bit, which cut off. And then for the blush, I obviously use the blush that's in the palette. I'm going to actually top up now because I've just had a little look and I think I do need a bit more blush on. So I take the brush and just pop it in like this, and then just dab onto the apples of my cheeks. I just think it gives you nice, nice fresh glow. So on the eyes, I normally, for my everyday makeup look, I have used these two together, just one shade out of this and one shade out of that one. This one's the Rimmel Magnify Eyes. It's got some nice shades in it. It's not the best palette I've ever used. It's got some matte shades, some shimmer shades, and then some deeper shades. The shimmers, the gold and then the bronzer colour, they're okay. This one looks amazing in the palette, I don't know if you can tell. Probably blinding you actually. Oh, you can see all the mess behind me. This one looks really good, but then when it's on the skin it just doesn't fit in. This shade, which is a taupey grey beigey brown colour, so that on its own. Today though I didn't use that, I used the Morphe palette, and this one is in the shade 12NB. I actually used this colour, which is similar to the one in the Rimmel palette, but this one's just a little bit more warmer. I'd say it was more of a sandy, khaki, browny colour, and so I just popped that all over the eye, as you can see. Just give a wash of colour, and then on the lower lash line, instead of doing mascara here and here, I've just been keeping it to the top line, and then using something like this, which is a colour which is at the side of the one I've used. This one's more of a brown tone. Using a definer brush, I've just popped in a bit there, just to create a sort of a shadow, but just to define the eyes. So I do really like this palette. It's cheap like the Rimmel one as well. Obviously you get 4, 8, 12 colours. So it's two products. It's Dior Base Lash Primer, which is a lash primer that's quite white. You pop that on first, so you layer that up. And then I go in with Dior Show mascara in black. This comes with quite a big brush. So yeah, I pop that on the top lashes. I think it really defines the eyes and it's a good mascara. I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Ash Brown. Comes with a spoolie so you can brush through those brows, and then the pencil itself is a wind-up pencil similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz. And I really like it. It's the second one now I've used and bought, so I really like that. I have set them with the Maybelline Brow Drama Clear Brow Gel mascara, so I've just popped that on. This one is the Colour Sensational lip liner in Velvet Beige, so I popped that on, and then I went over with the Colour Drama lip paint. It's an intense lip paint in Strip Down, which comes out on sort of like a sponge applicator, so you just pop that on. It is quite glossy as well, it's definitely not matte. It's that one. And then for my highlighter, I use the highlight out of the Rimmel palette. And I put quite a lot on, so I'm not going to put any more on, I think you can tell. So just got the Real Techniques contour brush and I tapped that on. Okay, more highlight. You can never put too much highlight on. And then I'll go and walk Stevie. Down the nose, up on the head, Cupid's brow, bottom of the nose. So that is my natural, everyday makeup look. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And hopefully I am not talking to myself, because literally I must have been talking to myself for about 20 minutes and I wasn't filming. So I don't know what that's for. But anyway, thank you so much for watching my video, and give me a subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye!